When you are the spiritual successor to arguably the greatest animated superhero show of all time, the pressure on your premiere episode is downright astronomical to me. Batman Cape Crusader didn't just introduce us to a new version of the Dark Knight, it had to convince us that reopening Bruce Timm's vault after 30 years was actually a good idea. And in episode 1, in Treacherous Waters, it's just like it does not ease you into that, in my opinion, but it just like throw you right into like the deep end of a dark, disturbed, like rain sleek 1940s noir, but it's just set in Gotham City. And like right out the gate, this premiere makes some like incredible, bold, creative choices that have already divided the fandom. I think you know what I'm talking about here when it comes to like the Penguin. Like the new season is coming out like on the same day of Spider-Man Brand New Day, so that's going to be a pretty big day. But the Cape Crusader, like the first thing, so the first thing you see is this guy getting interrogated. Now he's scared because apparently somebody has been like sneaking information to Rupert Thorne. And Rupert Thorne is like this big bad gangster in Gotham City around about that time. It's kind of like it's like a war that's going on. And Rupert Thorne, he's in competition with this other up and comer. And Clarence is getting interrogated. Clarence is a little scared because in this type of environment, like I say, like she just, if she can kill her son, throw his ass in the goddamn trunk, and then just ship his ass off, and this boy just crying, he crying, but she don't give a fuck because you are feeding information to the enemy, to the op, and it's time to get rid of you. What do you think is going to happen with good old Clarence here? Clarence, he didn't even have a choice. See, look at him. He's scared. He don't even know what to do. But you gonna meet this woman. Penguin is thick. I mean, she is curvy in this. Very voluptuous. But she stabbed this motherfucking ass because you talking to the enemy. That can't happen. Not in this world. I like how Batman is in this show. He's a rookie. He don't know no better. They ain't got like computers or nothing like this in this show right here. These people are using like blackboards with with shit on them. Wait, go in there. Look, they just using boards, and you can't get no basic than this. This is as basic as you can get. Ain't no fucking computers, ain't nothing. It's just file cabinets and a goddamn board that you just write on. Animation style is gorgeous, but it's like intentionally like low tech. Like I was saying, like there ain't no computer screens. There are no high-tech gadgets. When Batman investigates like the bombers, he does it by sneaking into the police station headquarters, stealing like physical paper files. He's like so early on in his like detective work. And this Batman is young, vigor, got a lot of life in him. So there've been like some bombings that have been happening in Gotham City. Like people are just bombing Rupert Thorne's buildings. Cause like I say, Penguin's trying to like make her way in and trying to push Rupert out. But Batman, he figured something out. In order to like see where these bombers and why these bombers are being taken place, I need to go there and I need to see some files to see like who signed off on what. Now in the process of all of that, we see this guy who just coming out. Batman put that grappling hook on his ass. He's up there for like a long time too. At this point, like people haven't seen Batman. They just heard whispers about him. Like they haven't really seen him face to face. So this is like his like first sighting out in the city. And look at how this man, now, of course, this man got to be every bit of like 357. Now, look at how Batman just picked his ass up, get your big ass down. Now, that shows you the power of Batman right here. To pick that man up just like that and just flung his ass down there on the goddamn thing. And look how he did the pose. He did the pose. Batman said. Okay, now you didn't signed off on like all these electrical malfunctions and all these things. Now, who paid you? I want to know who paid you right now. We can get to the bottom of this right now. And if you lying to me, I'm finna beat your motherfucking ass up on this fucking roof. The man said the Penguin. And Batman said, if you lying to me, I'll be back. Look how smooth. Look how smooth he just jumped off. He just jumped off so smooth. It's the freaking Penguin. So we're here with the Penguin. Now, like I said before, now when I first watched it, I had like a little bit of something to say about it because I was like, man, like I'm used to the Penguin. But I want to say it took me like a good year to get used to like this version and to understand exactly what they were trying to do here. It's a new take on the Penguin. I get that. I like it, actually. The Penguin is not all that bad. It's one of my favorite characters, but like the origin story of the original Penguin in the comic books, man, boy, what the Penguin had it bad. Especially in the comic books. He had it bad in the comic books. But on this show, I really liked this female version of the Penguin. It added something different to the character. And the episode reflected that because it didn't dive into the meat and potatoes of the matter until she killed her son. That's where you realize that this ain't like Batman that you used to. This is way different than that Batman that we used to. I want to talk about the tone. Well, it's just fresh in my mind. Like the violence is like real, like it has heavy consequences, yeah. But like we see like a heavier set like Alfred Pennyworth, and like I was saying, like it goes back into like his golden age comic design back in the day. But man, let's talk about Bruce for a second. Like Bruce is isolated. He's short-tempered. He has a lot of problems. He has a lot of issues. And like later on when like they go to like the episode of like Harley Quinn and the playpen and shit like that, you're going to see a lot of that shit because like what happened to him, he suppressed it. And then like the way that he just like came in there while Alfred was asleep and looking at him like The Shining. And he said, I'm finna get everybody back and you going to help me. And you ain't got no choice into doing it. Like I didn't like how he treats Alfred in the beginning of this. We can see that he's just like a rookie Batman who just has a lot of growing up to do. She pissed off. She pissed off. I like the art style. It's so fucking funny. So she just realized that one of her sons, kind of sold her out. This is shit that I'm talking about right here. Now, this man immediately pointed at his little brother, knowing good and goddamn well that he's the one that's just been feeding Rupert all this shit this whole time. Because she trying to blow his ass up. And every single time that he try to blow him up, he always get tipped off because the boy would tip off. They would tip him off. This man said a little bitty bird had told me that you tried to get me snuffed out. He did that deliberately so she can kill the wrong son. And look, this man crying and she don't even care. Could you imagine, like, this supposed to be your mama right here and she a thick one. She a thick one. And then all of a sudden, get your ass in there. Get your ass in there with no remorse. Dumped his ass overboard. Okay, so the episode ends on a somber note, which is kind of surprising because you don't expect that from like these types of shows right here. So Batman is in the cave, and he's admitting to Alfred that even though the Penguin was arrested, the mission was still a failure. By taking her off the board, he just cleared the runway for Rupert Thorne to take over, like, mostly all this fucking city. Right? I like that because it showed how flawed Batman is, who makes like these tactical mistakes. Like even he can make mistakes. Like he isn't perfect, but like he's just like a normal guy who just gonna make some fucking mistakes. Like he's got to grow into this fucking role, and I like it. I like how it was like well played out. Like the episode, like really just it was a kickstart to see how this like noir feel style, like set in the like 40s and things like that. Like how gangster can they really get with this? And I really enjoy, like when I started to watch it back again recently, like I always stayed on this episode right here. This one and like the one with Clayface. Like those are some really good episodes. But like the first one out the gate, I give it a good 8. That was an 8. I like the penguin. I like the son too. Like the son was like really funny, especially like when like he seen his brother get tossed in the fucking water. He was like, "Look, man, I gotta do something." He ain't had no choice because she was gonna get after him. Because if she did that to his brother, what you think she was gonna do to him?